Oh, we've made it to day 6. Second to last day of the trip. Can hardly believe it, actually. Very comfortable stay at the Waihoho New Hut. Temperatures 63 degrees this morning. And as of about an hour ago, the rain has stopped and we're actually looking at blue skies. We have a relatively short hike to Oturere Hut today. About 5 miles, gradual gradient. Shouldn't be too bad. And we'll be setting up tents there because the hut is closed this season for renovations. But overall time estimate is about 3 or 4 hours. We got started at 9:30, so if all goes well, we'll probably have lunch after we make camp. So it was a quick climb out of the forest right after the hut. Now we're up on a kind of a shrubby ridge, and I've got sunlight and blue skies to the east, sheets of rain to the west. Not really sure what we're gonna get today. So just over there, shrouded in the cloud, is Mount Ngauruhoe. We caught a decent glimpse of it this morning through the window of the hut, which was a nice treat. That's actually the film location for Mount Doom in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Super cool to see it in person. It's an incredibly impressive volcanic cone. If I'm remembering correctly, it is the youngest mountain in New Zealand. I want to say it's 300,000 years old. I can't remember if I have that exactly correct, but it is very, very young, even compared to the rest of the mountains in New Zealand. So tomorrow, we're going to work our way up the valley behind Ngauruhoe and get up behind it. We should get a very good view of it. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, so it hopefully won't be shrouded in cloud, and we'll get good views. But for right now, we're just working our way up to Oturere Hut to cut some of the mileage tomorrow, because Waihoho New Hut, where we stayed last night, to Mangatapopo, which is where we'll now be ending our trek, something like 13 miles. So we're gonna carve off 5 today. That'll make tomorrow more like 7.5 miles, kind of in line with most of the days that we've had so far. Few things feel as good as sunshine on a day you were expecting rain. Really beautiful little forested section here on the other side of the ridge that we just climbed. Lots of interesting plants and mosses. I'm not making very good progress because I'm just stopping to look every few feet. Rain's back. Pumping sheets out here.
Waiting for the salmon.
The salmon. Ooh. Let's get back in the woods. Didn't feel quite so sprinkly in there. Poncho's back. It's looking quite icky, popping out of the forest, and seems like it might stick around for a bit. The mistake we made yesterday was waiting too long to put the shells on, because we were hoping the storm would just blow over. So, not making that mistake again. Gray on gray, baby. These sheets of moisture just ripping across the valley.
Yeah.
We're flapping. Ooh. Cresting the ridge into the wind. I get a hot shower tomorrow. I get a hot meal tomorrow. Just gotta get through today. Hotel room tomorrow night. Sheesh.
It's gonna be a heck of a pass if we're going across that.
Yeah. Ooh, it's getting rowdy now. Traversing the top of this pass. And a big gray sheet to the left where the wind is coming from, so no relief anytime soon. Hot shower, hot meal tomorrow. Hot shower, hot meal tomorrow. Whoa. Leaning into the wind. Wow. So it's Friday today here in New Zealand, but it's Thursday afternoon at home, so to friends and family, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're having a drier day than we are. Forecast at the hut said 80km/h gusts. So whatever that is, 45 miles an hour, I think. Sure feels like that. I can see these blue marker poles. They head up about halfway up the mound in front of us and then cut right. So once we go around that, we might be in the lee of the wind.
Oh, steady.
Yeah. Whew. Exhausting, but fun. Signs go up over that ridge right in front of me. cool. Impressive valley. Quite a climb on the other side of this valley. And the wind's going up, so I'm getting blown up like a Michelin man. Ngauruhoe almost showing herself. Still haven't seen the top of it yet, but the clouds around it are pretty crazy.
Little side trail you can do out of the hut here to a waterfall. Yeah. Put it back.
More pumice.
I thought you would have lost it.
Looks like we've made it.
It's windy as hell up here. Well, we go to the backside of this wall, it should be better.
Looks like there will be a solid view of Ngauruhoe tomorrow if it's clear.
It'd be nice. I'm hoping for it. Usually clear in the morning.
Fingers crossed. I wonder if it's sheltered behind that mound over there.
Where?
To the right.
Oh, there's like a little pocket over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This will work. Perfect.
Oh, look at this.
What do you left out?
Beautiful little windbreak. That'll do. Right by the bathroom too. Eric and Stag said there's a cool waterfall right over the ridge next to camp. This is it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We hike out tomorrow. We're at the end.
Well, we've made it to the last campsite of the trip, Camp 6, Oturere Hut. Almost can't believe it. Seems impossible that we've put 6 days of hiking behind us this week. Today wasn't anywhere near as bad as we expected. The forecast from yesterday made it seem like we were going to be rained on all day, and we certainly got our fair share, but the morning started off quite nice, going through the forests. We even got quite a bit of sunlight poking through the trees. And then once we got off of that really windy ridgeline, the precipitation dissipated again, and honestly the second half of the hike was entirely dry, which was a pleasant surprise. And today was very short, but it knocked down quite a bit of mileage for tomorrow, so tomorrow is going to be much easier for us than if we had started from Waihohonu. I think even though we only did just over 5 miles, we actually got close to 2,000 feet of elevation gain, so knocking that off of tomorrow's itinerary was definitely a good decision. We arrived here at about 1:30, set up the tents in a nice little nook that's relatively sheltered from the wind. Had lunch. Now it's 3 o'clock and we have quite a bit of free time. The weather's just been oscillating constantly between like almost sunny and then just sheets of rain. It's been kind of interesting watching all these systems blow on through, but each one only lasts about 10 or 15 minutes and then changes again. Yeah, tomorrow's the last day, grand finale, and it's going to be a really good one. We're doing the Alpine Crossing. We're going to make it up around 6,000 feet, hopefully with clear views of Ngauruhoe, and we're also going to go up by the Emerald Lakes. We should be able to see Blue Lake behind them and the Red Crater as well. So it should be a really fantastic end to this trip. We were talking about favorites and least favorites over lunch, and it seems like everyone's favorite camp was Rangipo in the desert, just because of that unbeatable view. Everyone's favorite bridge was the one in the Lahar zone, just because that river was absolutely gorgeous and all the colors in the rocks. And everyone's least favorite bridge was the one with the wire mesh on the bottom, because it was a little bit rusty and didn't seem super safe. I mean, I'm sure it was, but because it was just wire mesh, it would give under your foot when you stepped on it, and when you looked through, it almost seemed like you were just floating above, so it was just kind of sketchy. We disagree on favorite day. Me and Stag's favorite day was the one with the Cascades, because that was a really incredible hike up that waterfall, and then dropping the road wasn't that great, but then the forest section after that was very cool. That was the day we had lunch by the waterfall. That was everybody's favorite lunch spot. There's a lot of great stuff that day. Of course, we still have another day, so we can't really claim favorite day yet. I have a feeling everyone's actual favorite day at the end of this trip is going to be tomorrow, but for now, that's what we're thinking. Eric's favorite day was the day leading up to the Rangipo hut, when we entered the desert and crossed that massive river valley. And honestly, that was a very cool feature, but for me, this flat undulating desert after that, as we were making our way to the Rangipo hut, felt a little bit endless to me, but you know, the hut was pretty amazing, so yeah, I could go either way on that. I guess one thing that went a little differently than expected for me is I never really expected to actually stay in any huts on this trip. You know, we had plans to camp out each night, not really use the huts, but in reality, we ended up going 50-50, 3 nights in huts, 3 nights in tents. It was nice to have the option, because like the Mangaturu hut sheltered us from the rain, the Rangipo hut sheltered us from the winds, and then last night at Waihohonu, that hut kind of sheltered us from both, honestly. So it's great to have the option, and you don't really have to stick it out if you don't want to. All the huts have been well kept and very neat, comfortable to stay in, so that worked out unexpectedly well for us. But yeah, we're just gonna relax and rest up and enjoy our last night on the trail. Can't believe that tomorrow's our last day. We're already talking about what the next New Zealand trip is going to be. We're all pretty set on the South Islands, Milford Sound maybe if we can get in, or there's plenty of other fantastic hikes down there. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, and really looking forward to tomorrow. Hello? I just wanted to call to say happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I was trying to see if I had signal, and like I'm standing on top of a picnic table right now and I got like 2 bars. We're right next to Mount Doom. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, absolutely. Good to talk to you. I love you. Happy Thanksgiving. Safe travels. I will. Bye. I've been saving this one for today. Chicken mash for Thanksgiving. It's the closest thing I could find. Happy Thanksgiving.